mic's a little stiff today. All right. See people pour in. This is a hot topic, I think. So first and foremost, glory to God. Welcome into the channel. It's Lifted Noise. I usually get straight to the point here on these live streams. But yeah, my name's Raul. If you ain't never been here, this might attract some new people into the channel. People have started to talk about this. So I'm starting to see a lot of people talk about what the MPC XL is. So I figured I'd jump on I meant to say bandwagon there. So I've got a theory on what the MPC XL is, and some of you might not like this theory, but I'm going to save that for last. First of all, I want to do is speculate. So I want to hear what you all think. If you're in the replay, and I want to hear what you think in the comments. I'll go ahead and do it now at this point. If you're in the live stream, please, I want to see the chat. So I made a prediction back at the end of last year on whether there'll be a new MPC in 2020. And I had a little theory, a little speculation. Let me switch this over. Made it a little short, so I'll just go ahead and play it here. First, I should check that my audio is working properly. I'm seeing that I'm having a lot of buffering, so if y'all can hear me, if everything's good, be jamming. What's happening? A lot of buffering going on, so I don't like that because it's been a minute since I went live. So yeah, I've been kind of about doing this. It looks like I'm getting all kinds of temporary buffering. I don't know if it's because of the weather or what can cause this. It's always just kind of random stuff. Always right on time, you know. But anyway, please drop in the chat if you can hear me. Say what's up. Yeah, it's buffering. Okay. Yep, always a little rocky start sometimes when you're trying to do something, you know. Bob, what's good? AKA the Seven Devils. Okay. What's happening, man? So yeah, I mean, I wanted to get this moving a little quicker, but obviously there's some buffering, so I want to make sure I got a decent signal. You guys, Joe Does, what's up? Can y'all hear me? Y'all hear me good? I don't see anyone replying. Be jamming. Is you saying it's buffering? Is it still buffering? So we can get straight to this. I got my notes. I'm ready to go. I got a lot of stuff like ready. Okay. All right. So Ben says it's good. So it's good. All right. So I made a prediction last year, right? This was probably solely based off the fact that we had the holiday pricing. That's what everyone else was saying. I was like, oh, is this an indication that they're trying to move old MPCs, the old product, and make way for new ones? So whatever's coming out this year. That was my speculation. I made a short about it. Quite a few people engaged. So I want to hear what your thoughts are on what the MPC XL is, or like what's coming. So what I'm going to do is, as you all write in what you think the MPC XL is, I'm going to play this and then also look at some of the comments and what y'all thinking this might be. Okay, I'm not getting any audio. Give me a second. Gotta have this muted. All right, so maybe you've noticed by now that the MPC Live 2 and the MPC 1 price has significantly dropped. You can get like an MPC 1 for $6.99. And sorry about that. I gotta mute this over here. Okay. PC Live 2 for like $1,000. I think this is a big indicator that Akai is going to be dropping a new portable piece of hardware, a new MPC, somewhere in between the form factor of an MPC 1 and an MPC Live 2, possibly an MPC Key Mini maybe 25, 32, 37 keys. Because if we look at their track record as of lately, they've been putting out a lot of keyboard products, starting with the MPK Clay MK3, which I own, and then they had the MPC Key 61, and then the latest thing from Akai, the MPK Mini Plus. So if you look at that, these little indications, we may see a new piece of hardware soon. How soon, I don't know, but this is my prediction. I wanted to throw there out on the internet just to see if I'm right or wrong when the time does come. Let's see. Okay, so that's my prediction from what you hear. This wasn't based off of the MPC XL thing. It was based off of the price drops that we're seeing. Well, everyone quickly was like, oh, these are just holiday prices for the majority. Some people in this comments here. I'm just going to skim through these. So that's my idea. Is I was looking at the fact that Akai pretty much released, I think, 3 consecutive keyboard type products. And some ideas that they might be dropping a keyboard product. That was it. That was all it was based off of. Okay. And I know there was the MPC XL leak. It's actually been, it's been a leak for a while. And maybe more people just got, it just got in front of more people just more recently, maybe because it's the new year. Now everybody wants to speculate. So we're seeing quite a few content creators, YouTubers, producers covering this, right? I've seen a few videos recently in the last week. So I don't know. It's just a trend. People see one person sees another person and they start doing these videos. And then you see another person do these videos. Or is there something behind it? Possibly. Of course, I mean, we usually have NAMM, right? The gear convention out in Anaheim, which is usually in January. But I think what I'm hearing it's like in April now. So that would be a good place where we might see something like this happen. So anyways, if I can read these right here, let's just kind of skim through them. And I'm going to come check in the chat and see what you guys are saying. Darth Knoll, the MPC one went back to its original price point, which was $699 when it dropped. What's the price? That's the price I bought it at. Yes. So it did go up. So it's been up and down for whatever reason, supply chain, whatever it is. Is this, I can't read this. Ski Dreams. It's been over 5 years since the MPCX was dropped. Hopefully they drop a new huge piece like that one. Fingers crossed. Okay, so this is a big one. People are, and it's most obviously like in the name you would think MPC XL. This is an upgrade to the X, and since it's probably the oldest MPC in as far as these new generation MPCs go. You would think this would be the most obvious thing that they're gonna be upgrading, right? I don't know, the MPC X and Live, did they hit at the same time? Did they drop at the same time? I can't remember. I almost felt like the Live was first, but I think maybe they were about simultaneous. Okay, see, first, it's holiday pricing. Second, if a new MPC emerges, it will have a touch strip like the Studio. And third, would love to see the X screen on a Live too. So yeah, I definitely agree with the touch strip. You know, we saw that in the Studio, and then we see it in the MPC Key 61. It's actually pretty cool. I had my hands on a 61 for a little bit. I liked it. I only used it for basic things like I probably just used it on note repeat. It was cool. And I don't see them just dropping out the touch strip after 2 products. And I think most people are kind of like the speaker on the Live 2. We're kind of hesitant, but now are liking it. Like my brother King O. Caesar, who thought it looked like a corny thing. Then I asked him if he had to change your heart. He said, yeah, definitely. He loves the touch strip. So I think the touch strip is here to stay, at least for a few more pieces of, a few more MPCs. This is a more recently, Philip, he says, not a chance there's a major computer chip shortage worldwide. Okay, well, I don't know the specifics of the computer chip. You know, I always hear people saying that. But yeah, okay, so that's definitely a thing. But we're still seeing products released. Akai's released the MPC Key 61 cents. So I think they'll find a way. Better straighten up that workflow. We want something simple. I'm in agreement with this. I would love to see something simple. I don't know if there's any going back. I think you would really have to strip something down and create kind of a MPC product that is outside the, I guess, the hemisphere or whatever, the ecosystem of what the MPC software is now. I guess it could be done, but yeah, I like that idea. We need an MPC X2, says Warnort's the Loser TV. Until we see some patent filings from Akai for a few products, I don't think we're going to see anything new for a while. So yeah, I mean, we see a lot of leaks with most of these products. I think it was in Ave McCree's video on this like a couple days ago. I think he mentioned that the MPC-1 was a complete secret. Then we saw him pull up at NAMM, and it was a surprise to everyone. Yeah, I don't remember there being any leaks with the MPC-1, so I guess that might have been the exception. And yeah, for now, all we have is a little piece of code. So I'll look at that towards the end and see what we got there and see if it's really anything. Just speculate on that. But let's scroll through a little quickly. I do want to get to the chat in a second. So yeah, what do you guys think? Go ahead and drop it in the stream, in the chat window. Put in the comments if you're on the replay. Just speculation. I'm pretty confident that there's going to be an MPC this year. Why? I don't know. I'm betting on it though. I actually don't even own an MPC right now. I sold my OG Live, and decided just to work on the SP until they release a new product. So I'm kind of counting on it. I need that standalone Renaissance, slightly smaller. So who knows if they would really go back that way. Maybe that would be in line with something simpler. I feel like I need to sit up, like I'm about to hurt myself. Crouching over here trying to read this. Ryan M says Akai's prices are fluid, like the one was $6.99 and $7.99, $8.99, now back to $6.99. The Force has seen some shift, $14.99, $10.99, $12.99. That's interesting. Yeah. Pre-Black Friday sales, MPC Live 3. I think maybe it'd just be like an MPC 3 possibly, but not a Live 3. Who knows what that would be. The Live has been updated once already. So a lot of people are saying MPC XL is an MPC X, probably just because the obvious name similarities. And then they're saying that the fact that it's the only piece that has not been updated. And my thought on that is that not every MPC gets updated, right? I don't think, like historically, I don't think every MPC does get upgraded. They just make new MPCs. So that's fine too. It doesn't have to be an MPC. MPC X could be MPC whatever. That's, just as much of a piece of hardware as the X, but, could be MPC Z. Piece, I can definitely, this is Darth Null again. I can definitely see an MPK keys in a 44, maybe even a 25 or 32 key format. MPCY, someone made that joke already. It'll be an an X MK2 says Emil, Bad Lux, Akai Force Key 1000. This is interesting. This is kind of a theory that's in the back of my head just as I was looking through some things. And then Nali, you got some hate here. We've got to read this one. Not only thing we are going to see is more whack-ass beat makers. It's what they call themselves. Bet he uses Splice for most of his samples. Yep. Yep, that's right. Okay. So, all right, I'm going back. I'm going into the chat. Ben thinks it's fake news. Bob A.K. Seven Devils says nope. As far as what? They should offset the screen like the 2000 XL. Okay, just talking about like ergonomics. Ghetto Styles feels like Christmas on YouTube. So yeah, this is always fun to speculate on, Ryan. So I don't see anyone speculating quite yet. Anyone have anything? Or y'all fresh out of ideas? Are you tired of this topic? What? So, yeah, so pretty much what I was saying, I was looking at the last 3 products at that time when I made that YouTube short, so late last year, because they've actually released a few other products, and we'll look at that. I want to look at it towards the end, wrapping this up after we get through the speculation, do some more speculating, look at some of the leak links and stuff. I want to look at all the recent products that were released by Akai. So at the time when I made that short, I was speculating on the fact that they had released 3 keyboard products in a row. So it was the MPC, no, not the MPC, the MPK Mini Play. So MPK Mini is like a really popular, I guess, according to them, on the box says best-selling MIDI controller. So 25 key mini keys. The Mini Play version is a version that has sounds in it. Okay, I own the original version, and they made an updated version, and they called it the MPK Mini Play MK3. So that was released, and then they released the MPC Key 61. Okay, as far as my memory serves, there was no other products in between. And then I think later in last year, they announced the MPK Mini Plus. So the MPK Mini with an extended key bed, 37 keys, a few other features like a step sequencer, full-size MIDI in the back, and chord mode, among things. So three keyboard products from Akai in a row. So that kind of fueled my guesses that we might see another MPC key. And with the fact you hear a lot of people saying they'd like to see an MPC key with maybe 49 keys. Other people want to see 88 keys. So this is my thought process. Okay. So checking in with the chat real quick. Real quick to see if there's any predictions at all. Most people, we got Ben saying fake news. Okay. So yeah, I guess you guys just want to get into this and see what I had to say. Or regardless if you do, we're going to get into it anyways. All right. So this was the leak. Okay, it's like a picture of the code inside the firmware or something or another. I don't know how people do this, but people do this. And this has been around for a while. I've known about this for a while. I think I forgot about it. So I made the short, like, irregardless of this. Like, I wasn't thinking about it. I was just thinking about the price drops and the keyboards that were released and, So this is what we got. And you have code names. So the code name for this MPC MPC XL is ACV5S. So if you go down here, you could see the code names for like the MPC X, which is ACV5, which almost kind of suggests that we're looking at, yes, an upgraded version of MPC X. Okay. And so just by the code name. So yeah, I'm looking at these code names to see if there's any, I'm looking for patterns, right? To see if I can decipher something. I didn't really come to any clear conclusions because we got the MPC Live at ACV8, the one at ACV-A, and then the Live 2 is ACV-B. So it's not like, I don't know. I don't see the correlation between 8 and B. We've got ACV-M, which is the MPC Key 61. And then here we are at the bottom, we see in the codes MPC XL and ACV5S. All right. Okay, so I guess we're going to get to my theory. We're going to get to my theory now. So how's the buffering over there? I've seen these little buffering messages. That sucks. But I'm going to head over to ZZOUNDS.com because I kind of just stumbled across this just looking at some gear, just kind of going through gear. And this is a while back. Let me see. All right, so pull up ZZOUNDS. And now I'm going to look up MPC Live 2. And then you'll realize this is why I made my thumbnail this way. So here we are. Okay, so we got the Live. Right? Here's the Live. And then here's the Live 2 Retro. So here's my theory that it is possible that what we're looking at right here is actually the MPC XL in the source code. Why? Because if you look up at the item ID is Akai MPC Live 2 XL. All right, so none of us actually refer to, because it's not written on the unit itself that it's the XL, but for some reason Akai identifies the MPC Live 2 Retro as XL. And then I can confirm this also, like if I just go to Google and type in Akai MPC Live 2 Retro, there's at least one other place that can be confirmed. So like in the Google search, you type in Live 2 Retro, the first thing that pops up here on my side is ZZOUNDS, and you have MPC Live 2 XL. And it's weird because none of us know it as the XL. It's not written on the box, but I think Akai identifies this, I don't know for whatever purposes, for inventory or what, as the XL. If we go over here to American Musical, this online store, we can also see that up here. If you guys can see this, it is in the ID and the URL as MPC Live 2 XL. So, and it's not in every place. So I went to a couple others like Reverb. I've never shopped on Reverb, but I guess they do sell new items. Here it's not. I don't see it up here in the URL. But it is odd. I think it's odd that we're seeing that if you go to these websites like ZZOUNDS or American Musical, you see that there is some sort of ID tag for the MPC Live 2 Retro as being the MPC XL. So is it possible that that's all we're seeing in the code at this time when this was released? Now I went to try to confirm it, like looking for the MPC1. I tried looking for the MPC1 to see like the retro version to see if there was like it was in the ID, like the item ID as XL. It's kind of hard to find an MPC1 retro now. They're not. I don't think they're being sold as much as the Live 2 retros are. So, what do y'all think? I could be completely wrong with this because if we look at the source code thing right here, the pattern of, the MPC X code name is ACV5, and then the MPC XL is ACV5S. And I think there's I have another link. See here. So, I mean, could it be nothing? Could it be a prototype? I find one thing interesting though is before we saw the leak of the MPC Key 61 that came out the firmware, we all were exposed to this, the ACVK, which is the it's the Force keyboard version. So we all thought this was coming before the MPC Key 61. So I'm wondering, is it just because we see something leaked like in the firmware, does it necessarily mean it's going to be something that you'll actually see come to the market? You know what I mean? Like, is this a prototype and then they decided, nah, we're not going to make that. We're going to make the MPC Key 61 instead. Like that was more marketable. Who knows? Because this was leaked first. So is that possible that we'll never see this? Or is that what's maybe coming next? I don't know. It's hard to say. Okay, so yeah, from here, like I was really looking hard to go through the code names to see if I can figure out some kind of patterns, but I didn't take that too far. I wasn't trying to break my brain or nothing. So I'm going to conclude this here by going over to the Akai new products. So I do have a new theory now after looking at this. So these are all the most recent products, okay? Since, I guess, the MPC Live too retro. So I'm just looking from here on. So we had the MPC Studio that introduced the touch strip. You have a sustain pedal. Why? Because they're about to release some keyboards. So the reason I'm looking at this is because I don't think there's any mistake to what they release and when they release it. You know, they have a marketed team and they're doing things strategically. So you can look at these patterns to be an indicator of what's coming next. You know? So they released the pedal. You can actually use this with the pedal, the MPK Mini Play MK3. But we go up. Okay. We have the MPC Key 61. Okay, so I was a little bit incorrect. They have a pad controller and this little LPK 25. So these were upgraded. These were items that already existed and they upgraded them. And, you know, came out with an MK2 version. So I was really mainly looking at these, looking at the Mini Plus. And then this year, I think it was early this year or late last year, we saw these two items. APC Key 25 MK2, so another keyboard product, and the APC Mini MK2. A pad controller. So these are Ableton-like Ableton controllers. So when I saw that these are the latest things, this really made me come to the conclusion that the most likely thing that we're going to see next is probably that first leak we saw, that prototype before the MPC key. We saw this 4.6. So that is I think that's it. That's my conclusion there, is the MPC XL. I don't know. My theory is that it's just referring to the MPC Live 2 Retro. And then just looking at all the latest products, the majority of them are the majority of them are keyboard products. And then the last ones we saw are keyboard product and a pad controller product that are Ableton Force-like. Ableton Live, and Force-like products. So I'm going to say the 4.6 is something we're going to see in the near future. Probably next. Will there be something else? Will there be an MPC XL? Possibly. I was leaning at some point to thinking maybe the MPC XL is going to be a keyboard product. Maybe it's like an MPC X and an 88 key version. Or maybe even a 61 key version, just with more on it than the MPC Key 61. So those are my thoughts. I will turn to the chat window one more time to see if you guys have any other thoughts on what this might be. And then we'll wrap it up. But yeah, that's my little go at what the MPC XL is. And it's kind of exciting to speculate and wonder and see what happens next with this. Because really what I told myself is, now that I sold my MPC Live and decided just to make beats on the SP, learn this thing. And then when the next MPC product comes out, I'm most likely going to pick it up, get my hands on it, no matter what it is. So, all right, turn into the chat window. B Jammin says, once you see a prototype, then the real speculation can begin. But don't you think that's when the speculation can end? If you see a prototype? Or are we talking about like what I was just referring to as far as those prototype images, those concept images, MPC key and the Force key? JA just wants an arrangement view for the MPC. I've been real curious about trying the Force. Have you tried that out just to see how that goes? Although it seems like a kind of a unconventional way of an arranger, and that you have to record to the arranger, like launch your clips. 16 gigabytes of RAM would be pretty awesome, but yeah, that's a stretch compared to what they're offering now. Even with the the Key 61, I think it's like 3 or 4. Ben want to see a retro version of the XL. It's all good. I guarantee Lift Noise will get the new XL whether he keeps or not is the question. Hey, it's all good. You know me a little too well. You've been paying attention. Mono, what's up? Did I say what's up, Alfred? Let's see. Yes, 4.6 keyboard. Brought that up for sure. See, I'm leaning on it being the 4.6. I think the release of products coming up to what's coming next is definitely very strategic, and I don't know why is it it's like readying people's minds for something, or like testing water to see if people like these kinds of products. I don't know what it is. I think it's just a psychological thing for sure. But PM26, it's never enough. That's always true. I want a mini play plus. I think that would be cool. It would be cool if they did a mini play plus that you can play like expansions or play or like purchase the plugins and put them in there and use it standalone. So you could maybe even if you're not into using the MPC, but you want a keyboard with sounds, you have an option. That's something I would pair with like the SP. They make drawings for products. Okay, so you probably said that before I brought the whole concept stuff up that was in the firmware. A pocket operator MPC. That's what I most would want, is something smaller. Something like the SP size. That's what I would hope for, but I'm not sure we're going to see that. Possibly. I mean, we had the Studio, which was much smaller, so maybe they could make a standalone version of something similar. Key 61 has 64 gigabytes. Alfred said, I tried the Force, it's okay, but very different than the MPC. And yeah. More portable size, yes, I agree. Luis Perez, the bedroom musician, what's up? Yeah, so if you guys have any more speculations, drop them in the comments or drop them in the chat window real quick. I'm probably about to wrap this up. I want to keep this one short and concise. I was thinking like 30 minutes. And that's pretty much all the ideas I have. Okay, so, just to, go over what those ideas were, in case you're just coming in, is MPC XL possibly just a ID for MPC Live 2 Retro. Could possibly be an MPC XL, just because, like everyone is saying, good point. We haven't seen a refresh of the MPC X. I say not every MPC gets a refresh. I don't think that's true historically. A lot of them do, I guess. But like if you look at the MPC 2000, you got the MPC 2000 XL. So what is XL usually determined for them? So it's just a little bit more that they add to it. So I've never used those MPCs. I don't really know too much of the difference. I think you're able to put like zip drives in it. You might have had more RAM. I don't know. Like honestly, you have a tilt screen. I think there is more hardware upgrade possibilities, but I'm not sure. So I couldn't really say. And then, yeah, just looking at all the keyboard, a lot of keyboard products being released, and then, Ableton Force-like products being released. So I'm going to say I'm going to say there possibly will be two things. And it does kind of seem way out there, like it is fake news, because we just saw an MPC Key 61. Why would they be releasing all these other products? But it would make sense. Maybe it wouldn't make sense so much that we see more MPC products, since we just seen a key, but it would make a lot of sense that we see the Force keyboard coming. Just with all the indicators, the fact that we saw that leak even before the MPC Key 61. And then that's kind of a whole nother market somewhat. I mean, it's the same market, but you have a lot of MPC users, and then you got Force users. So possibly we'll see a refresh of the MPC X, and then we'll see a Force keyboard. I'm most definitely betting on more keyboard products. But yeah, I'm gonna call it. That's it. I see y'all ain't really trying to guess too much. I do have a brand new box that just got in the mail, so I'm about to go open that up, mess with that, see if I can come up with some videos for the channel. So yeah, I appreciate y'all. Ghetto Styles. God bless everyone. And this is my new tagline. Remember, success is not a damn. Fuck that up. Everybody, until next time, remember that success is not a destination, it's an action. So keep moving. Run with your dreams. That's a new tagline. Kind of just messing with that lady. Run with your dreams. All right, God bless everyone. See you next time.